It is one flag with two stories, one fascinating, the other a mystery. We'll start with what is known and who it belonged to last.
I wish Dad would be here. I think he'd be overwhelmed.
Mike Lowry of Lexington, Virginia, donated the flag to the Royal Canadian Legion. He says his father, Charles, got it from a friend in 1965, an American veteran from the Second World War who had guarded German prisoners. Well, that veteran apparently found the flag on a POW, a German who said he'd been in Dieppe for Canada's failed raid in 1942. He'd been burying bodies and took it off a Canadian who'd been killed. The American soldier took it.
The friend told Dad that they planned to give it to a Canadian unit when they ran across one, but unfortunately they never ran across one.
So that's the story that's known, but there's a twist. It is a Canadian flag, but it wasn't Canada's flag at the time of the Dieppe Raid. It's much older. The shield at the bottom right includes a charging buffalo representing Manitoba, but nothing for BC. Well, those provinces joined Canada barely a year apart. That means this was Canada's flag in 1870 and 1871. It predates the Dieppe Raid by more than 7 decades.
I was shocked that a flag that's so old would be in such good shape. I'd say it's priceless.
Now, that brings us to the unknown. Why would a 70-year-old flag be at Dieppe?
It's a fantastic mystery.
Military historian David O'Keefe says it could have been a soldier's family heirloom, something passed on possibly from a father to a son for good luck. But there are more questions, he says, than answers.
Where did it come from? Why was it so important? Why was it considered, if it was a good luck charm, why was it considered that way?
During this year's National Remembrance Day service, the flag will be displayed in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier, a symbol of the sacrifice at Dieppe for this 80th anniversary.
He probably wouldn't believe it.
Mike Lowry says for decades, his late father always wanted to give the flag to a Canadian family or a regiment. Instead, he says it feels like he gave it to the entire country. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Ottawa.